In this video, I'm going to give you a bike check of the Electric Wizard. This is my custom painted Marin Alpine Trail E2 e-bike. And then we'll dive into some POV footage of my favorite moments on the bike so far. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's here, my custom Marin Alpine E2, the Electric Wizard bike. Look at this thing, it's so unreal, so sick. I've actually had this bike all summer long, but I haven't had a dedicated bike check video to this bike yet. And I've been running it for a few months now. It's been so much fun. And it's another crazy creation by my friends over in Whistler at Fresh Paints of Whistler. They came up with this one, the same guys who did the Shark bike. And they're just so unreal, so talented. It's all hand painted. It's crazy. So let's go take a in-depth look at the bike here. Okay, the frame and the paint job, because that is the thing that stands out more than anything else on this bike. It is so cool. I got an E2 frame, got it stripped down in raw, and then it was all custom painted in a deep purple theme. There's not a whole lot of like really crazy detail with little things on this bike, but it just has a really nice clean blend. You go from a light purple near the front to darker purple at the back. The front triangle and rear triangle both have that. You have a lightning storm at night, really dark, kind of moody, heavy metal vibes. You have a Gandalf-like figure at the front. I love this guy, he's so cool. He's got like hollow eyes, he just looks so evil. He is the Electric Wizard. It is the theme that goes with the e-bike, Electric Wizard on the electric bike. And there's a subtle skull on the down tube here, right near the bottom bracket. I love how it's so faded. You have to really look up close to see it really well. And I had the lowers of the fork match the frame as well to have everything look so cohesive and really blend in and just pop and be a really nice purple. All the components on here are black, except for the wheels. They have a little bit of pop to them. So let's take a look at all these components in detail. It's pretty awesome how they all blend together. Starting with the cockpit, I have full P&W components, range, handlebar, and stem. I'm running a 40 mil stem, and I have the bars cut down to 760 mil. That's the sweet spot for me. These things come stock at 800 mils, and I like to cut them down quite a bit. Being a smaller dude, and also coming from a dirt jump background, I tend to go with the narrower handlebars on all my bikes. And we also have Shimano XT brakes, Shimano XT shifter, so it's a full XT group set. And then if you dive into the drivetrain, it's XT, but it's not the traditional Hyperglide drivetrain. I went with Link Glide. Some of you might be wondering, why did I use Link Glide instead of Hyperglide? Because it is cheaper and heavier, but it just makes a lot more sense for the e-bike. And because it's a little slower shifting, it actually gives you a lot smoother shifting under load. And it is heavier because it is more durable. You can really mash the gears and feel like you're not gonna break off your chain or really like roughen up your cassette. This thing has barely any wear on it after 3 months of really heavy use, so that is awesome. So full XT group set across the board. I have the XT cranks as well. I like to run shorter cranks, especially because this setup is a mullet. So I'm running 365 mil cranks, and it's the shortest the XT cranks can come in. I'm running as short as possible. Coming back to the P&W components, I'm running the loam dropper post. I have it slammed nice and low because I like a nice low seat for when I'm going downhill. And then I have the range pedals as well in a bright purple. The purple doesn't quite match the frame, but I like how they pop a little bit and you can really see them. And it is pretty close to everything else. And I just have purple details everywhere you look on the bike. The wheels are the Noble 41 rims. That's the rims that I have on there, and I'm running the i9 Hydra hubs in a really bright poppy purple to match the rest of the bike. These hubs are insane. They have 600 points of engagement, and the sound they make is so cool. And they just look so clean with the 41 rims. The 41s are the most burly, durable rims that Noble makes, and they recommend them for e-bikes. After 3 months of heavy use, not a single thing about these rims does not feel brand new still, so that is epic. It's proving to be like a really rugged wheel set, and I love that. And speaking of rugged, the tires that I'm running on these wheels are the Delium rugged tires, at least on the rear. So I'm running rugged on the rear and Versatile on the front. The Versatile is more of like an all-around, use it any time of year tire. The ruggeds are more popular in the winter, but I really love how they hook up in really loose conditions well too. And on an e-bike where you're spinning out more often, having those extra taller knobs is really nice. I also really like it because the knobs are slightly taller in the rugged over the Versatile, and because it's a mullet bike that comes stock with a plus size rear tire, that means the tire that's on the back normally would sit a bit higher, and the BB on the bike would normally be sitting slightly higher. It is very subtle, very small, but I want the geometry to be as close to the stock bike as possible, so I'm not dropping my BB too low. And that's also why I'm running the shorter 165 cranks to avoid any sort of pedal strikes. And diving into the suspension, the fork is an SR Suntour Duralux 38 with a 15mm boost axle. These new 38 forks have really large negative air chambers and they feel insanely smooth. This is honestly the best fork I've ever owned in my entire life, and I'm loving it. I have it on all my bikes right now. I'm even running it on the downhill bike. I put a 180mm fork on and it feels really good right now. And the rear suspension is the SR Suntour Tri-Air 2. This is the newest version of the Tri-Air, and it has 3 settings on it. That's in the name Tri-Air. You can have it fully locked out, half open, or fully open. It's nice having those settings. And I love having it half unlocked a lot of the time because on smooth jump trails, it feels really nice. You don't blow through your travel so easily and you're not like messing with changing the air pressure all the time. And a little more detail on the motor. This is the Shimano EP8, so it's quite a big step up from the E7000 motor I had last year. Has a lot of juice to it. It lasts longer. Unless I'm in boost mode all day long, I'm not gonna run out of battery, and it has that little bit of extra torque on the uphills. I love it, it's sick. It's truly an adventure machine. You can take it on stuff like the Fun Ship, go ride different islands over the place around here. And unless you're going like full pin in boost mode all day, you're probably not gonna run out of battery on a normal ride. It's also really cool because you can really tune in your settings if you want. You can use the eTube app by Shimano, and you can dial in how fast each setting is in eco mode, trail mode, or boost mode. And you can base it around your riding style, and you can really get more efficient with battery life in the motor this way, which I have found super useful for myself, honestly. For example, when we were in Powell River filming the Fun Ship video, the climbs there were really steep, but I didn't want to burn through my battery really fast. So what I did was I tuned the power and the torque of the trail mode to be a little higher. And just doing little things like that and dialing in with your riding style will really make your bike more efficient. And I almost forgot, because they're not a sponsor of mine, is the Chromag Overture saddle. I've been running these seats for years. Currently don't have a seat sponsor, but I run this saddle on every single one of my bikes because it's my favorite one on the market right now, and so good. It's a dirt jump saddle, but it's actually really comfortable for climbing. And that's it. That's the bike, the Electric Wizard, the Alpine Trail E2. So insane. I love it. I never thought I'd have so much fun on an e-bike, but the fact that you can just lap all day long, it feels so dialed, and you can spend more time on the bike. It's honestly really helped me hit my goal of riding every day this year too, and that's amazing. Speaking of riding every day this year, let's look at some of my favorite POV footage I've captured so far with the Electric Wizard. So that's the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in another one real soon. Peace out. Thanks, everyone.